This is the last part of our look at belief systems and mental sets. We are looking about belief systems and education. We like to think that we are rational, objective beings. We like to think that we come to conclusions based solely on the data. But this is not true. Neuroscientists as well as cognitive scientists say all of reality is interpreted. But we know as we move to higher levels of belief systems, these belief systems become more data resistant. Our view of reality, thus, when we get to the higher levels, is more apt to define what we perceive as reality than reality defining our belief systems. Our belief systems also invites us to determine what is relevant and what data gets processed. In education, this is a problem because the business community tends to voice this factory model of education, where students are seen as standardized products moving down a K-12 conveyor belt with parts added on along the way. They're standardized students with standardized parts. They're not individual human beings, and testing is used as a form of quality control. Standardized testing is used to sniff out and determine if the factory is up to snuff, if the products are marketable, or if they're defective. This is a level 2 paradigm based on the idea that things that are successful in business, where profit is the bottom line, are or should be successful in education. They insist that non-educators use this paradigm to determine educational policy and procedures to devastating effect. And that is what has happened for the last 10 to 20 years. We invite in the business leaders to tell us about education. Well, when's the last time a second grade teacher polluted a river or exploited workers from a third world country? I don't think so. And the business model doesn't even work for business. Have you heard of this thing called a major economic collapse in 2008? So this is the result. As a result of this business paradigm being foisted on schools, this factory model being used to interpret educational reality, that the data related to best practices are ignored or discredited. There's a whole body of research that determines best practice, research-based practices. I'll give you a hint. More standardized tests is not one of these best practices. I'll give you another hint. No Child Left Behind totally goes against what research says is best practice related to teaching and related to running schools. Millions of dollars that could be spent on teacher professional development, on good books, are wasted on buying testing materials and preparing students. In teacher education, we have billions of dollars wasted on teacher performance assessment in the Charlotte Danielson model. Wasted. They are solutions provided by for-profit testing companies in search of a problem. Learning hours that could be spent actually teaching and learning are wasted on an irrelevant test that has more to do with measuring and less to do with reading. As a result, teachers are unable to plan quality learning experiences or differentiate the curriculum. They're forced to implement CEO-mandated standards. Hey, if I was going to be evaluated based on a stinking test, I too would teach to the test. If my test scores were going to be published in the newspaper, instead of actually creating interesting, creative learning experiences and teaching children, I would teach the test. Real teachers do not teach the curriculum. Real teachers teach the student. Be a real teacher if you can. So students are not asked to learn. They're asked to perform on standardized tests. There is a difference. And research has said when you focus on standardized tests, the quality of education decreases, and the amount of student learning decreases. Level 1 data logic is used unsuccessfully to try to change these deep level 2 beliefs.